Got my Skittles.
Hi, everyone. It's me, Elise. Thanks for rolling with the things when we had to.
I've lost my Skittles.
Ava's lost her skills, and this is not a metaphor for anything. Thanks for rolling with us when we had to start late today. We're going to try and get through some of the pre-stream stuff pretty quick so that we can jump into playing as quickly as possible. So in that light, I'll just go ahead and just run you through some of our Twitch commands and the cool things about our community that you can hang out with us and do with us. So the first thing you can do is use !Discord to join the Discord, where we do all sorts of cool hangouts and fun things, including reading books and playing games together. And you can also keep up with our schedule, of what we'll be playing each week in the Discord. I think this week, is there Fates of Rin tomorrow?
No,
No, great.
those fates were in last week, so tomorrow is off.
Okay, tomorrow's off. And then, there are a bunch of other games we play, like Goats of Saltmarsh, which might be happening on Monday.
No,
Tuesday.
Monty, it cannot.
Oh, of course, Monty can't stream. My bad. Duh. Okay, some of these things will just be on hiatus for a minute. But there will be Spire probably next week. Who knows? Things are up in the air. Check out our Discord, !Discord. You can also use !Donate to look at and find out more about causes that are near and dear to our heart. Currently have in there links to ways that you can support the people in the ongoing crisis in Ukraine. So please take a moment to check that out, and if and can provide whatever kind of resources and support that you have, because things are a mess. We do also have !Coffee, KO-FI, where you can donate to the cool things that we do. Buy us a coffee. And an ongoing, I think still ongoing, right? Lots of cool projects ongoing, fundraisers, one of which is to support our beloved community member, Monty, who has lost a lot in the floods in Australia. So if that's something you're interested in supporting, you can check that out in our Discord as well. And you can also buy our merch, which does go to support our community members as well, !Merch. And you can buy things like this cool art by Chelsea, who also writes our poems and is just super cool. And that goes to our community members too, like I said. So lots of awesome things that we do, and we enjoy it, and we hope that you do too. And thank you for your ongoing support. Okay. Players, let's introduce ourselves and read Chelsea's poem. My name is Elise. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I am the GM. I will pass things. Let's do something that we don't normally do. Take a nice diagonal to Sam.
Whoa! Hi, everyone. My name is Sam. I go by he, they pronouns, and tonight you will see me play Edic Charmuse, who's missing a toe. And I'm gonna pass it that way to Sarah.
Hello, I am Sarah. I play Din. Our pronouns are both she, her. And I'm going to do another diagonal to Ava.
Whoa.
Oh my god, I wasn't expecting that.
I know it's been too complicated. Oh god.
Caught me off guard. My name is Ava. I use she, her pronouns, and so does my character, True, the Queen of Excess. And today's sponsor is specifically the Lime Skittle, the original Lime Skittle, which they just brought back last year in a big promotional, and also Perrier, the fizzy dishwater drink.
If you eat them together, you get LaCroix, so.
You do. It's a loop. Today's sponsor is Food Equations.
Fun fact, if you combine a lime Skittle with a lemon Skittle, it does taste like Sprite.
I'm doing that now. Thank you.
All right. Ava has failed to pass it to anybody, so the chaos continues.
I am passing. No, I'm passing it this way.
Straight into a wall.
No, to Rachel. It's a world. It's me going around.
Oh, okay.
I'm through.
Yeah.
I never accept that logic visually.
That's okay.
You're like, no, that's it. It's done. Hi, I'm Rachel, and I play Alvy, and we use she, her, hers. And that was simple and easy. I don't have anything fun and exciting, so I'm going to pass it down to Tyler.
Well, hot dog. Howdy, y'all. I'm Tyler. Play Andrews and Company. The collective of us go by he, him, his. Back to you, Elise.
Awesome. We have to read Chelsea's poem, and then, well, I mean, we have the pleasure of reading Chelsea's poem. I'm not gonna say we have to do it like it's some chore because it's honestly a thing I look forward to every week. Would someone like to do that this week?
Ava
Is
with
it
her full mouth.
I would love to, but I missed it, so you'd have to repost it for us, Chelsea, because
or
I
somebody
logged
can
in,
copy paste?
or someone can copy paste. Yeah.
Boom.
There you go.
Where? What do you where?
In Twitch.
Oh,
Oh,
there it
it's
goes. Okay. Fuck, what is this for ants? There we go. A chaotic string of events set off with a bang. Battered and bruised on a precarious cliff, you all hang. Bargaining with demons brings trouble and excess to save the world no matter the cost. Personas lost, fallout, and stress is worth the goal of hoped success. Delight shall be found in the good, bad, and everything in between. Much love, Spire crew. You are heard and seen.
Hey.
yay! Beautifully
Thank you,
done. Thank you so
Chelsea.
much.
That was amazing.
Um, as always, much appreciated. Okay, I believe we have to do a brief recap, stress checks, and get Edic and Alvy's special abilities for the night. So, players, let's just kind of keep it quick and dirty. What got us to the kind of most immediate moment? What are the most relevant things that we will need to remember going into tonight's session from last time?
So Edic was sneaking through the back, went through the kitchen, successfully managed to locate on the second floor Arhana, and communicated via Maeve, to uh, not Anders, to Chu and Alvi.
Yeah.
Yes, that there was about to be ambush slash. Also, this is the location of um, Arhana, and this was all being done through Maeve's voice, and Edic didn't think to specify that this message was via Edic. Anyway, um, upon receipt of this message, Maeve decided she needed something of Edic, and Edic, uh, without really thinking, offered up his toe, and so he is now missing a toe. And uh, upon receiving um, his Penrose pendant from Maeve, um, and basically sending Maeve off to continue Maeve's task of locating another Eidolon. Um, uh, Arhana was able to sneak up on Edic, and then allies to the rescue. Oh, also important, I successfully casted the memory erasure move that Edic has on Arhana to make Arhana basically not able to understand the concept of intruders, which was helpful. And
Oh, go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say that Alvi and Anders and
Dracul and Alvi
Dracul and others showed up to aid. Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't. Did you cover like Chew stuff at all? I zoned
I
out for
just
this part.
mentioned that Chu got the message from Maeve.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So Chu took cover after being shot upon with Xander's and not Xander's, Anders. There's no Z. It's just for Discord. I always forget Anders, and basically decided that if that one person is upstairs, then the other person is probably in the basement, and that she should go the other direction than the rest of the group. Because she wanted to chase down, because there's kind of like two targets that we're after Juasha. And so she took Piss the Destroyer and started heading for the basement. And Anders was like, I'm fucking dying over here. And a medic went and helped him. And then the medic tried to help other people, and I shot somebody, I guess. And then
Yes.
I went to the basement with, I thought I went to the basement with Piss the Destroyer, but I guess I went to the sitting room where I just kind of threw Piss the Destroyer forward, and they started tanking random traps before Maeve showed up and basically was like, who the fuck are you? And then I was like, who the fuck are you? Where's Juasha? And I think we ended up, I don't know where we ended up. We were talking. It was cool though.
Yeah. Well, remember
Oh,
Maeve.
I threw the pearl
Yes, you
after I
did
got
throw
shot.
Pearl into or at Maeve's kind of form. And Maeve
Mhm.
being a demon, Piss the Destroyer being a blood witch, there was some resonant badness, and Piss the Destroyer took off, and Maeve is helping you navigate the traps that have been set up to try and stop you from getting to the basement. That's where we left y'all.
Yeah, and then me and Dracul and Sarah, which I know is not her name, but mine literally Din. There we go. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Sarah was just there.
I was just there.
Dracul and Din and I went towards around the back and up, like, and we met with the where Edic was and what's her fuck. What's
Arhana.
her fuck? Arhana.
Arhana.
And I snuck up on her super successfully, and for Rauka touched her and turned her into crystallized bee vomit, and now she's dead. And fuck her. And so all my fancy bees danced around her, and she was able to like let out a demon something and explode the landing that we were standing on, and we all fell down and got slightly hurt, but she's dead, so that's good and happy. That's my update.
Did you mention that there was the explosion and we all crashed onto the lobby? Okay. Uh, yeah, and I
I think
think
that's
that
it.
is
Yeah, that's pretty much
basically
it.
it. Yeah.
I think notably we have Anders with a broken leg, and Dracul is also with that crew, right, in the same mess.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we
Bertold
got
is
a
helping.
refresh for killing
Yes, refresh for killing
Arhana.
Arhana. Yes, and Bertold is out front helping the medic with the cleanup of the dead crew. So that accounts for the Anders and company who are present, I believe. Right? Okay. Let's do stress, unless Sarah or Tyler, you have anything else you want to add? Okay.
No.
Awesome. Stress, Chew, I have you on the top of my list.
Yes, that's where I belong with 0.
Okay. Din,
Also 0.
Attic,
Nice.
0.
Alvi,
For real this time.
0.
and Anders.
0.
Yay,
For
that's
now.
what I thought. Everybody down to 0 stress thanks to killing Arhana and getting that refresh. Very good. All right. And last but not least, let's get Edik and Alvi. What are your special abilities tonight going to be?
I guess I'm just gonna keep flip-flopping depending on how long this goes. So last time it was occult domain for spells. The time before that it was to resist demon shit. And I feel like now I'll just do resist demon shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Um, but you know what? I'll resist occult shit. Ooh, boom.
Okay. Sounds good. Then let's get into it. So, um, let's start with the group who have collapsed from the upper floor in the explosion. Arhana's last act to throw the Eidolon and explode the upper story of the house. So you all have fallen to the first floor. Did we? I don't believe we rolled any type of
Blood
stress
or
for that.
anything.
Okay, everybody go ahead and roll resist for that.
For what?
And for the explosion and
No,
falling
we
from.
did.
We did
yeah.
We did.
Yes,
no, we
you're
did.
right. I totally remember
And we
because
refreshed
we did
after.
it based on like how close you were to the explosion.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Okay.
You're
okay,
right. Because
okay.
Sam, I was thinking of the same thing. I was thinking like, well, after you fell, but we already did it. We'll only resolve that once. So, okay. I feel like my computer's lagging a little. Hope it's not showing up too badly on Twitch. So instead, let's pick up with yes, you are at the bottom of kind of piles of rubble, chaos, dust, debris, kind of in the air. You know, not not feeling great after that, but you know, what would you all like to do?
Edic, upon being stationary on the ground, is gonna be reaching for his pendant, which I don't think he even had the time to put on yet. And Byron?
It is quiet.
I'm gonna attempt to beseech demon. To
Okay.
beseech Byron. So here come a quick 4d10.
Okay, an 8 is a full success. I will say this: you feel the like occult energy moving into you, into the pendant, in a way that like you're activating your side of this relationship bargain spell accurately and correctly. There is no reply.
Um, who's nearest to Edic?
Oh, let's see. It was Edic on the other side of
Probably me.
Yep, it would be Alvi.
Alvi, he's gone. Byron is not in the pendant.
Where do they go when they're not there?
The presence of here or there is very complicated with the demons, but this should act as a two-way communication, and they're not responding. Edic is gonna start like frantically looking around for the eidolon that Arhana threw.
Yes. You can roll investigate, and this can be an occult investigate.
I can help look if I see you looking around too.
You can. I believe that this will get. Well, Etika, do you have
Won't I just give
investigate?
a die?
I have mastery of investigation.
But do you have
so-
investigate?
Yes.
Okay, so you have the
And I have
investigate
occult.
still. You have the mastery. So Rachel, the reason I'm saying no is you can only gain mastery once, and that's essentially what you'd be
Oh,
doing.
I didn't know you had mastery. Okay.
Yeah. So here come 4d10 to locate this eidolon
Yes.
amidst the rubble. There's a critical success.
Yes, 10 critical success. So you start digging around through the through everything. And it takes you a minute, but just because there's a lot of rubble, not because you're doing anything wrong, but you hone in on it relatively quickly. And you do find this kind of like battered, hammered metal necklace. The hammered, that Arhana threw. And remind me, because you are a demonologist, you don't take mind stress when you touch an eidolon that you've never encountered before, or you
So
do?
no, most do. I took an advance that gives me a D6 refresh every time there we go.
Okay,
So
well,
6
very nice.
stress. So every time I try to beseech a demon that I've never encountered or that I haven't done with before. So I'm gonna get my pips all back. And then I don't get to refresh my armor
Correct.
stress,
Something has
though.
to actually
Yeah.
mechanically
Okay.
improve your
So I just
armor.
refreshed, or I took my 3 pips back in
Okay.
mind. And here's another beseech demon with the angered, frustrated, frightened question of where is he? Where's Byron?
Okay.
To a demon I don't know inhabits this thing.
Yes.
They might know me though.
All right.
There's a 9.
On a 9, you come in contact with, activate this eidolon, and immediately, like, the area kind of around you where all this rubble and everything is, like, everything kind of lifts off the ground and like tilts and moves strangely as you kind of activate it. And you're reminded of the damage that was done to New Heaven, the way that demon incursion warped and changed reality, and then when the incursion was over, reality stayed warped and changed. Remember, like, the streets like flowed like liquid for a moment, and things just warped and were weird. And that's almost the thing that happens here. You get the sense that this is a similar type, if not the same demon. And a demon does answer your call, and kind of wrapping out a little bit to your vision only of the necklace, kind of coming out of it, is this kind of multicolored, impossible to behold, like looking at too directly at a prism of light, shimmer. And you hear a voice respond, "The little one that lives in the necklace normally. Think you'll find many of the answers you're looking for very close within your reach. Just and the necklace kind of jerks in your hands towards the sitting room that way."
Is Edic the only one who can like perceive this?
Edik is the only one who, I think, if you wanted to, you would know that arcane things or occult things are happening. You see the warping of reality.
Okay.
You would probably have averted your eyes because it is for you just a little too weird, and like your natural instinct of for all of the rest of you is to not look at this. So the voice and the vision is a little more private to Edic. But I was gonna say there's time in here because Edic had to hunt and look for things for all of the rest of you to have been acting as well. So I'd like to hear, kind of in the immediate aftermath of the fall of the explosion, what the others who are in the explosion would be doing.
I just have a quick question. With the message that we got last time, was it I just knew the location of Arhana, or did I also know about stuff in the basement? Or that's a totally separate thing?
I didn't know anything about the basement.
Okay, so Chu just
Correct.
went in that direction. I wasn't sure if we had the same information or if
Anders
she.
was going to share with the class that Chu went to the basement.
Why did Chu know to go to the basement? Was it a piss thing? That's a
Yeah,
question.
piss, yeah.
It was piss.
Okay. Um.
Just
Uh.
piss things. Hashtag
Just
just
piss
piss
things.
things.
Just his things.
So Alfie is going to look sadly at Edic while, as he's doing the things, not like, as he's talking to a demon or whatever, because she doesn't fucking know. And just gonna say, I'm really sorry, but I need to keep going. I don't think we're done. And gonna then look towards Anders and say, is Chu alive?
Um, yeah, I'm sure. Went down to the basement, so I'm assuming that's where Juasha is. And unless we're very careful, I'd rather not join her.
I think we should join her, pointing at me and Din. I think, and Dracul, I think you should perhaps sit.
I'm fine.
You're just, and I'm just, Alfie is just going to literally poke the leg where she can tell that it's broken.
Um,
Are you sure?
Tyler, roll
we're
a luck,
fine.
roll a d10 luck die.
I don't want to no, it's just a light poke.
No, it's not. It's not a consequence of that.
Okay, good.
Hey, your
Hey,
crutch made it in the fall.
Oh,
Great. Great. We're gonna.
That's the luckiest crutch. You've rolled very well for it on luck rolls.
yeah.
Your
So
lucky
I'm just going to
crutch.
poke at your leg and be like, are you?
I'm fine. Yep.
Listen, I want to care for you.
It's only broken in 3 places.
Yeah, well, great. I want to care for you, but right now the world is ending. So I'm going to leave
I
you
can wait.
behind. Okay.
I'm
See you
I'm-
there.
no,
And
mm.
I'm going to look towards Din and Dracul and see if they want to follow.
So Anders is gonna get a head start.
Yeah, sure he is.
So you can pass him, but just so that there's been a bit of distance
Okay.
covered already.
All right, Anders begins to first just try to stand up. You know, that's
Yes.
a great start. But yes, we'll say for the sake of we know what Anders is up to. He's getting to his feet and hobbling his way towards the sitting room. And Din?
I think initially Din was trying to get like her bearings. And I think was like kind of just in general trying to get her back up against a wall so that she could like have a full view of like what's happening. So basically she's just watching, and as anything demonic started happening, like I don't know if we were still moving around when the
Yeah, when things started,
room started.
yes. And that would
Yeah.
absolutely, Din would recognize that as well because Din was up in New Heaven.
Right. So I think that Din would just like freeze in her place and just like start screaming. Just screaming.
All right. Yep.
That's what she can
Din's
do.
not coming to the basement then.
So Anders is just gonna shout over his shoulder. It doesn't look like we'll be going with the element of surprise.
I mean, right about now, upstairs, well, in the former upstairs, no longer existing, Edik, you were looking for a back door last session, you may recall. This message has just been delivered via Eidolon to you. Alvi and Edik, you both get that kind of sense that you get of like the Vermissian back door like is open. You could get to the Vermissian right now, like that feeling that comes with the back door. But it's upstairs, or it would have been like it's in that kind of weird space of like it's not attached to something physical anymore. Opens and Saren just boom straight down like 10 feet, lands like right next to Alvi and is like, this is going to be a deep cut. She'll look at you and she'll
Can
be
I
like,
try it? Since I felt the thing open, can I try and help, like pat it a little?
sure,
or-
you can kind of catch Saren a little bit. I don't think there's any need to roll. I'm not about to like just pile a bunch of damage on everybody. Yeah, exactly. That's not the goal here. And they'll look around, they'll like grab you a little bit by the face and just be like, I heard you were lost in the Vermissian, and you may recall that a long time ago you took a rumor fallout where three rumors about you were started.
True.
And one of them is that you were lost in the vault.
My face is going to turn very red. I'm going to say, Sarah and I would never be. And but I appreciate that you came. Look what I did. And I'm going to point to Arhana.
They look at Arhana and then they look at the rubble everywhere and the kind of floating demonic energy, which makes them like just very visibly like recoil a little bit. And they kind of back up from Edic a little bit, knowing what they do about the way that heart energy and demonic energy interacts through. It's not personal, Edic. It's the desire to not cause an incursion. And they kind of scramble backwards and they're like, "Are you talking about the beehive? Are you talking about the explosion or the demonic shit?"
The beehive. I don't
The
have control
beehive.
over any of the other things.
This is and they kind of stoop down to look into the crystal a little bit and kind of knock on it, and you see, like, as they kind of knock on it, like dust falls from where they're knocking and shimmers into the beehive. It actually penetrates the crystal into what's inside, and for a moment illuminates what's inside a little bit so that they can see it better. And they kind of look at it and they're like, this is incredible, Alfie.
Yeah, it's pretty great. I'm going to go do it again downstairs. Do you want to come with me?
No.
Okay,
I mean,
but I'm
I
telling you,
always
I would never be lost. You know that, right?
okay. It's good to know you're not lost, but I did want to just make sure that you were fine and that you have everything you need, and I wanted to give you this. And they rummage through a pocket and produce a vial of something. It's like a little blue looking liquid vial that's stoppered with a cork, and they hand it over to you. And they're like, if something real fucked up happens, someone's dying, give them that. It's the best I can do right now.
And I'll take it and I'll say, I'm sure that it's the best that there is then.
They kind of like blush a little.
Do you know how to do you need help getting back up there, or you can
They look and then they're like, give me a second. And they like close their eyes and kind of squat. And it's not like a squat like they're about to leap. It's like just this weird, like almost like in a video game when someone is just being weird and squatting, like what's his name in Ocarina of Time, which I'm just
right?
well, the little kid who stops you from seeing the Deku tree.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
kind
Oh
of squat?
yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, give me a second.
Milo?
Yeah, Milo, is that it? And then they're like, okay, I got this. And then they just fall backwards and another back door opens behind them.
Oh my god.
Willy Wonka style. All right.
Bye.
Saren's gone. All right.
So Alvy's gonna just look at Din if she's still screaming and just be like,
Bertold, get in here.
Is
I want to
is
help, but we
Edic
need to go.
still searching around when Din starts screaming?
No, it's when the demonic energy
Oh,
starts
okay.
to occur. Yes, that did start screaming. So Bertold comes rushing in. Alvy's yelling for Din. It's a lot of chaos in this room right now.
Bertold, help Din. Bertold's just gonna.
If Edic sees Bertold, and has also witnessed Din, Bertold, Din was of a similar disposition in New Haven upon seeing the desolation of New Haven. So be careful.
Okay. Din, how are we feeling? On a scale of 1 to let's say 5, how much mental anguish are you in currently?
I do believe that Din would pause for like 1 second, like eyes wide, like someone is trying to communicate with me. Would maybe just hands kind of like I'm not seeing reality, like don't come near me. Um but maybe screaming a tiny bit less. Like not quite as loud.
I will mark that as a let's call it a 4.5. Now, I understand that you are in a great deal of stress. So, if you could be so kind, it probably would be good for you to either close your eyes or perhaps turn around and not see the the destruction before you. And I want you to think of something that not really a good thing, but think of an anchor you might have to reality, and I want you to focus on that.
Okay, I think that would actually work. And like breathing, and Din would like kind of like reach to her belt where she has her masks kind of hanging and touch the masterless mask, which is the one that's like, rebellion. And upon kind of touching it, like feeling something firm, right? Something familiar, something that kind of gives a sense of purpose, right? Still shaken, that she would just like pop that one on. And I think sit down in a little kind of knees pulled up little rock situation.
Good, good. This is good. We're making some real progress here. Um, Etik, um, not to be rude, but you are full of demonic, a lot of demon. I'm getting from you right now. Perhaps if
He
you,
shows the two separate
yeah,
eidolons,
Three
okay,
and then the
eidolons?
3.
Yeah.
yes,
With your demon claws.
So I think you might be not maliciously, but I think you might be contributing to the panic and fear right now. So if you could either like get out of view or go into another room, perhaps.
I could make Dean forget about all demons.
Oh, see, that feels like an invasion of the mind. I
Oh,
don't know if that's
absolutely is.
ethical.
Yes, yes.
I
You're
don't
like,
know if
yeah,
that's
that's
It
the
might
ethical.
be
point.
helpful, but no, okay, okay. And then Din, Eddic is going to follow wherever the sitting room is, I guess.
I love the idea that Eddic is wearing like demon merch, like Sam is. Like Eddic just has a demon hat and like like a shirt that is like Demon Daddy or something
Little
on it.
pennant
Like
he's holding up and
yeah,
waving.
a
Um,
little flag.
This whole time, Albie has been slowly backing towards where the basement would be to try and be like,
yeah.
we need to leave.
Yep. So
And
Anders,
looking towards Dracul as well.
yeah.
Sorry.
Anders was already on his way towards the sitting room, which is where you need to go in order to get to the basement entrance. Alvi is now making her way there. Eddic is making his way there. Is Dracul on his way as well?
Dracul, just before he leaves, Din is going to just, crouch down to Din's level and just be like, I want you to remember the funny hijinks we had on the Skywheel. Uh, if you go insane, I have no more funny hijinks. So you need to do better. And I like the mask. You should kill the elf here with it, and you can't do that if you are little rock on floor. So I will be going now. Remember our silly hijinks, and we will do this again if you are not insane by tonight. And he's just gonna leave with that.
I do think that that will actually, like, although it's not seeming like she is perceiving that at all, I do think that, like, in 15, 20 minutes when she's like, all right, like, I can actually perceive, that will actually make her feel a little better.
Okay. Yeah, we'll leave Din there to kind of catch your breath with Bertold, I think. And let's cut to Chew and see what has happened in the sitting room while this was occurring out in the main room. So Chew, you have thrown the pearl into the chest cavity of Maeve. And you've heard the explosion in the other room. The whole house kind of shook with it, so this would not be surprising. It would probably be around the time that you chucked the pearl. And Maeve is trying to kind of navigate you through, well, before you threw the pearl, was like, let's go, I can help you, I can see it. And she was going to navigate you through the room to get you to the basement.
I thought we'd already started navigating through.
You had. I'm
okay.
I'm trying to place in my brain like when you chucked the pearl
I
into
threw
her.
I
the
think the pearl was
pearl
before the
after
navigation.
Piss the Destroyer
Yeah.
caused the effect, and then I threw the pearl, and then we talked a little bit, and then now we're navigating through.
Okay. So.
Also, she gave me a bunch of free stuff.
Oh,
and
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
All right. The pearl. Did we resolve that then? That's
You
what I'm
said it
confused
just
about.
went through her.
It went
because
through
It was
her.
she
just
was
an
like,
image.
Okay.
So she was
Yes.
just like, "What
Good.
are you doing?"
I was like, yes.
you're
Okay.
lazy? What do you...
That's what I wanted to
Okay.
make sure actually like we got through. Okay. So she has
Yeah.
led you. You are about I'd say 3/4 of the way to the sitting room. When the rest well, I'd probably Alvi at the front. And then poor Dracul doing his best, or not Dracul, Anders, not going to be in the front of the pack despite starting the earliest to try and get his way over there.
Figure Alvi is the one that was closest to him.
Yeah,
but-
Alvi, well, I think you kind of skidded past him into the sitting room.
I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna listen.
Followed by Edic and then Dracul, who
Edic is going to the sitting room.
Yes, that everybody's headed to the
You have
sitting
to
room.
go through the sitting room to get to the basement.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And so you are about 3/4 of the way through when you see first Alvi and hot on Alvi's heels, Edic, and then kind of stumble into the room, followed a second later by Dracul.
I will turn around, careful not to like shift around unnecessarily and trigger any traps, and I'll be like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 honk, honk!" Like little screams. Oh, stop! This is stopping screams. There's traps everywhere. So just let me get through this, and then I'll send Maeve back, and they can help you, and I'll just do what I came here for. Thanks, y'all. Take it easy. Goodbye. And then I'll just turn around and keep walking.
What the fuck is happening?
There's traps.
What the...
Didn't you hear me? Maeve, where's the next one?
You're cavorting with demon? This is not good.
I cavort with everybody.
Demon will take. Do you know what they take?
I assume
Toes.
300 hearts.
Hearts.
Oh, toes and hearts.
Maeve, the
No,
next
thank
trap, Maeve. I'm on our time. We gotta go.
Yes, and she kind of points to some things and says, "If you'd like to follow," and does this kind of sweeping gesture. And for just a second, it doesn't stay for very long. A bunch of the kind of like footprints of Chew, like the footprints of Chew, like the path that Chew picked through the room, lights up. And so you could try to step in them, like look at the path, but they do start to fade. This little fire-ish, fairy fire style thing like flares and starts to fade.
Good luck, Anders.
Has Anders gotten there yet?
Yeah, Anders is now just hobbles into the room.
All right. What's the situation?
Someone throw him.
Sorry, what?
Someone throw Anders.
Where is Chew in relation to us?
About
I'm
3/4 of the way
just-
across the room.
So she's not in the basement yet. She's still in
No,
the sitting room.
she's in the sitting room, and Maeve is helping her pick her way across.
And we have the idea that it's possibly trapped, and we need to be careful.
Chew has told you it's
Also-
trapped. You need to be careful. Maeve has lit up the path.
You are
briefly.
now within the range of my shittiness effect. So welcome to the shittiness zone.
But-
I'll be honest. I don't like following a demon.
Well,
So you
Alex,
should sit
um,
then.
Elise, can I do an investigation roll
Yes.
as Anders
Yes.
to check for traps.
Absolutely.
I will say
She-
this whole time, Chu would like to just be going forward.
She
Yes,
lit up
she
the
was-
path,
Like,
right?
on a mission.
She was on her continuing forward.
Okay.
Alvi doesn't give a fuck about demons right now and is just going to follow the path and assume
Okay.
that it's safe.
Alvy's going.
And some of these traps were straight up set off by piss, right?
Yes, some of them have been set off.
And the hornets.
And the hornets. That is correct.
Piss in the hornet.
Holy shit!
Holy shit! Yeah, that was.
What the
Wow.
fuck?
Okay.
3 10s.
3 10s.
Okay, there better be some serious
Yes,
positive
so-
negative.
Piss comes back, triggers all the rest of the traps, and we're free.
We got too excited and we broke Tyler's internet.
Oh no!
We'll never get to resolve 3d10. 3 10s.
So because I was like mid question
Yeah.
as that was happening, do I like see any of these traps that have been set off? Like, what do they look like?
They are arcane in nature, or occult in nature. So it's not really to the bare eye like
Okay.
something you can perceive, but I think you have really highly attuned occult senses, and would sense that this is like hastily made, honestly, is your sense of the fading magics in the room. And you recall there wasn't that much time between you kind of seeing and like figuring out where Arhana and Juasha were, and the actual kind of movement of your people to here. In which case, these arcane, it stands to reason, right, that these occult traps would be somewhat hastily made. Tyler, are you there and just not video?
I'm here. My computer decided to be like, "Hey, we got to do a quick update.
Oh no.
We're gonna just sign you out. We're gonna restart." So I'm on my phone right now.
Okay.
No.
But I am here
Okay.
waiting for this to restart so I can switch back.
Cool.
So I can't roll anything, but I am here.
That's fine. Let's resolve some of the effect of the 3 critical successes on the same roll. So for those of you who may not be familiar, in Spire, the more dice you roll, if you get multiple critical successes in the same roll, they stack. So the first one is just going to be, let's get your critical success with like your little bonus, and then the second and third ones will be added help or added bonus as well. Oh man, Ava. Oh, you had it. You had 1 second as GM, Ava. That rarely happens. Yeah, Hennis luck. No kidding. And so first and foremost, it is not typical for, I think, Anders to kind of get occult readings so easily.
He stole them from Edic.
Stole them from Edic. And you see that these traps are not physical in nature. They are occult in nature. And your discerning of them comes from little things like the way the carpet has been scuffed in a certain spot, like those kinds of clues. There's enough of them to Anders' trained eye that you're like, that's the route that this is happening on, and this is where the traps are laid out and which ones have been triggered. So you can absolutely navigate this room safely, as well as help your friends navigate it safely. Now that Maeve's kind of stuff has faded. So we'll say that's the first effect of the critical success, is you can navigate safely, and you know the nature of the traps. In addition to this, you have options. One of the things that rolling critical stacked successes can do is apply stress to somebody in the situation. So you could apply up to 2 stress to somebody in the situation.
Mm-hmm.
You can also take narrative benefits for those, and we would just kind of resolve them in order.
Let's. I'm gonna take 2 narrative benefits because as far as damage output and insta killing, that's we've got 2 people who can just be like, and you're dead. So
Okay.
I'll take the narrative benefits.
Okay. I will tell you this. The first narrative benefit is going to be Anders did this out of a mistrust of demons.
Yes.
And you see Maeve a little peeved that you have discerned throughout without her help. You get the sense that she was quite pleased to have Chu and the others in her pocket, leading them through this room in a way that suggests to you that Maeve has other irons in the fire that are not only the ones that Edric knows about. And so I would say that's your first narrative benefit is you get this kind of insightful read on Maeve that she is annoyed that she is losing some of her edge with the group by virtue of you also having the ability to tell everyone where the traps are.
Mhm.
And second narrative benefit from this, I think, see, what would make the most sense here? Let's hold on to it for
Yeah, sure.
a second. Yep. Okay.
You know what would have been great
What's
is
that?
if I just remembered that I had the life and soul of the party. If when the Solar Guard were charging the
my
estate, I had
God.
just been like, "It's me, Chew. Let's have a party." Sorry, and they would, and then you would have had to have been like, and the Solar Guards are like huge fans. I don't know. Sorry. Anyways,
You might still have that opportunity. How much time has passed since y'all went to the trap house?
Not very much.
Okay.
The trap house.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, you could tell me whenever this is, but after about 20 minutes, I think Din is gonna go get the Solar Guard.
Okay. I will say 20 minutes is going to put us like way far out because this has been maybe a minute or two. Like maybe because this is like immediate. Everyone ran over there. Everyone's motivated and getting through. So if you want to accelerate your time, I think, or if you think that like no, realistically, like Din is going to sit there until something else triggers her to move. I can also narrate like there are other things happening that might force Din's hand
Okay.
a little bit, but right now, if she's just still kind of like coming down from the panic and the kind of dissociation that may have occurred, then she's still just sitting there.
Yeah, that's what's happening then.
Okay. Yeah, so it's happening in the trapped room. Anders has just gotten this read. Alvi and Eddic are picking their way behind, and she was continuing.
You go.
We both said with like the exact same like pitch and inflection,
Yeah,
and
I
I was
didn't
like,
even hear
"What
Sam
just,
say it.
what just happened?"
Demons.
Yeah, I
Demons.
mean, this is where do I now that like a moment has passed, do I like gather any like sense of awareness of this demon that has pointed me in this direction? Is it someone that I'm familiar with, or is this just another demon, or do I know that yet?
The demon is, well, roll luck, and we're basically going to roll it at advantage. So roll 2 and we'll take the higher roll. Playing fast and loose with the rolls.
Okay, that's a 9.
9. So you think that perhaps this demon, something strikes you as interesting about them, and you think that perhaps the reason you don't recognize them is that they are housed in an Eidolon different from the last time you encountered them, and the Eidolon has a lot of impact on what a demon is like and how it takes form. And it did not ask for anything from you. And it did not, it just offered that information, right? You beseeched successfully, you cast the spell,
Yeah.
but upon beseeching, it hasn't come back to like be like, so can I nibble your toes now? Like, and
Yeah.
that strikes you as different from pretty much any demon interaction. And this gets you thinking like, perhaps there is some other motivation, which makes you think of what demon might want Juasha, not Arhana dead, and Ashira does come to mind.
I don't think that Edic is really going to do anything with this assumption right now. I think, his mind is basically one track on figuring out where is what happened to Byron.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, am I rolling an investigation in here?
No, you don't need to. You just need to get across these traps. So as long as you're kind of picking your way through the path Maeve showed, and that Anders is probably at this point helping call out. I think between those two things, assuming that's what Anders will do, because I'm sure Anders has other things he might want to be doing, but I'm sure he also doesn't want to see anybody, get exploded or anything. So,
Yeah, well, I mean, from what happened just moments ago when I was being pointed in a direction, and was told at the sitting room, this area, this trapped area, is the sitting room, right?
yes, I think that however I phrased it, the intention of the demon, so it may have been my mistaken phrasing, the intention of the demon was to get you moving the same direction as Chu and following this path, not necessarily that Byron is literally in the sitting room. So I would say it would be to Edic's assumptions here based on your knowledge of like what's in the basement, right? Is that
Yeah.
really that realistically that demon was trying to get you to start heading towards the basement?
Yeah, what's like, has Anders communicated anything about his knowledge of, tracing his own path to the party, or is he just doing this of his own accord?
Oh, no, he is absolutely calling this out to everyone because he does not want anyone taking directions from the fucking demon.
Yeah, like Edic has had his fair share of lost limbs or lost members to Maeve, so he's, happy to not be further in her debt.
Okay.
He already owes her a bajillion hearts, so
He's also going to say, she just wants more favors to call in. And so long as I'm here, she's not gonna get shit.
I would not be so sure about that. And Edic is like wincing as he steps because of his lost toe. Yeah.
Alfie wants to yell out at Maeve as well while we're walking
Sure.
this path, and kind of just say like, excuse me, Miss Demon.
Gender is a construct, it's the miss doesn't resonate so much, but go on.
Sorry. Demon.
Yes, drow. You're not a human. Drow.
Why are you helping us if we're trying to stop a what are you doing? I'm saying this as I'm picking everything over. What's in it for you?
Maeve is already basically at the doorway now with Chu and is like, well, I have bone to pick with Juasha, don't I? And she looks kind of at Edic and just shrugs.
I don't know, do you?
Talk to your friend about it, dear. And she starts going down the stairs.
And Chu will turn around and be like, ta-ta, catch up soon, and just follows after her.
Alvy's gonna mutter under her breath, you're gonna become crystal too.
All right.
Everybody's gonna be crystal.
Out in the other room, Din, the Bertold has kind of like been called away to start helping a little bit more with like moving people out of the rubble. With the collapse of the upper story, there were some people who were kind of still indoors. And this process has been ongoing now, and someone finally comes for you. It's the medic, and she's a solar guard. And she starts to check you over. Like she approaches you very cautiously. You can assume that Bertold, yeah, has already kind of filled her in that you are a bit unwell in this moment, and so she approaches you very cautiously, and well, no, it's fair, Rachel, because we have been using she/her pronouns for Maeve. It's just like I think that's the first time anyone's called Maeve Miss, and Maeve's like, what the Miss? So
Oh,
anyway,
he's just trying to be polite.
yeah, it was very nice. And yeah, so the medic will kind of approach Din slowly and just kind of kindly like, um, excuse me, it's Din, right?
Hi.
I can check you for cuts, bruises, wounds. Would you mind if I did that? Okay. You kind of hold out like that. And she kind of pulls up drow, wear coverings to prevent sun damage, right? And so she kind of checks and like over things and everything, and like your spangly cloak and your solar guard lent clothing, and finds, no real damage or anything, just kind of how's your armor?
I don't think I have any armor.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you do. Okay, so she kind of finishes her quick inspection and kind of sets your arms back down at your side, kind of places them intentionally back down towards you. And then keeping her hand on you as long as you don't pull away, she'll kind of start to tug you up to get you to stand. Do you let her do that?
I would.
Okay. She kind of pulls you up to standing and moves you out of the house, out into the street, replacing all your coverings so you're safe from the sun. And you, as you kind of do that, you get a sense of what's going on out here. And there is a little triage station set up for the solar guards who have taken damage but not died. Meanwhile, Bertold is kind of dealing with the bodies of the. Oh, hi, Elizabeth.
I'm back. Okay, great.
Yay!
Okay. And okay. So Bertold is kind of handling the dead bodies, and the medic woman kind of takes you and sits you down with another the young rookie kid who came in with I don't remember which group, Dracula's group, and he's kind of got some cuts on his face that he's have been patched a little bit and bandaged, and he's just kind of sitting there, and he's been wrapped up in like a nice warm like cloak. She sits you down next to him and wraps you up in a similar nice warm cloak, and it is emblazoned with the Solar Pantheon like iconography of the gods of the Solar Pantheon. Very very much the Alfir gods, and she kind of makes sure that you're fine, hands you some water, and says, I'll just be right over here tending to these people, but if you need anything, you can talk to me, okay? And she steps away, and now you're just sitting there in your shock blanket with the kid in his shock blanket. Yep.
Best friends in our shock blankets.
This poor
this
rookie kid
sweet?
whose name we've forgotten. Sweet rookie
like
boy.
Sweet rookie.
Sweet rookie.
Sweet
Sweet
rookie.
rookie. We did
That's
give him a
his name,
name like
first name
3
Sweet,
sessions
last
ago.
name
It was sweet something, and now it's turned into sweet rookie.
Who else is around?
Bertold and a bunch of solar guards.
Okay, but they're all
Well,
And
I will
Sten's
I will
body.
let me rephrase. A fair a few solar guards. There's more reinforcements have come, but none of them right now seem to be the type who are going to breach the house and like go on offensive. This is a triage unit is here. The fact that more solar guards are on their way is something you would probably assume if you were in a nice calm state of mind. I don't know how much Din is thinking about like that. If you think she would be thinking about that, then because Din is very tactical, I think that you would have a sense of that. Like, okay, if a triage unit is here, most likely a more fighting oriented backup unit is on its way as well.
Yeah, I think that I would sit tight for the moment and
Okay.
just use my weighted blanket to try to get my mind right.
Okay. All right. Chew, you and Maeve are going down these stairs. Alvi hot on your heels. Alvi has a much easier time picking her way through a path that's been twice over discovered for her than you did. So not too long until Alvi and Edic and Drek will catch up with you. But you do have a slight lead on them, and Maeve is with you. And as you come down the stairs into the basement, you are greeted with a very interesting scene. You come into this room, and Maeve has appeared to you in the form of Juasha, but Juasha with her heart bared, literally, her chest opened to reveal her beating heart, and the kind of gold chains dripping and looped off of the rib cage that has been bent backwards in this image of Juasha. The Juasha in front of you does not quite look like that. She looks thicklier. Maeve has taken the image of someone quite pale. This person looks frail and bent. Also, very vacant. Not much expression, barely seems to notice you're coming into the room. And she is sitting at one corner of a triangle that has been etched onto the floor. And in another corner of that triangle is the shape of
Water, a DVD.
yes, a DVD. Is the shape of a well, I don't think Chu would know, but I will say this. The one thing you notice for sure is that the hands on this being
Thing.
strike you immediately as the same as or similar to Edic's transformed hands.
Okay.
So this is at one corner of the triangle, and the other corner of this triangle is empty. And Maeve immediately comes into the room, and as she does, she turns to you and she says, "Now, just need to fulfill my part of the pact, Edic. Just need you to do one thing for me so that I can get to Juasha and remove those gold things on her wrist." And you do see she is wearing the golden eidolon that once housed Maeve, the fourth sister. And she's like, and she says, before everything happened, they set up defenses and I can't get through them because, and she kind of waves her hand and you see it passes through things. It is incorporeal. Unfortunately, I can't interact with the things in this room so easily, but you can. So if you, and she points to the third corner of the triangle, can just make your way there and pick up that, and she points to what's in the center of the triangle, it will break the barrier and this arcane thing, this occult thing that they have blocking me, and I can get to her, and I can get that eidolon, and I can fulfill my pact and have my heart.
Are there any traps or anything along the way?
Go ahead and roll investigate and occult.
Oh, I was just asking Maeve.
Oh, Maeve, yeah. Well, Maeve will be like, I've already this room, all the traps were up there. I would, I got you this
Okay,
far.
cool.
Yeah.
Have
She was
we
just going
heard
to, like,
this
Yes, I
from
was
behind?
gonna say at this point, Alvi and Edik and Dracul are entering the room as Maeve kind of finalizes her appeal.
Yeah, and she was going to just immediately like skip over while humming to the circle.
Okay.
Shoo.
No, you
Oh,
can't be
don't
this
worry,
dense.
I've got this. And
Do
I'm
you?
going to
Oh.
pick up Maeve's wrist
Juash's
with
wrist.
Juash's wrists with the golden eidolons. And then I'm going to try and do like an occult check and use the destruction thing on them.
The
Okay.
Because
kiss.
that's what the vision. I don't know what the vision. It's confusing me.
So
But those
first
are
of
like
all,
golden chains, and
are you going the way that Maeve pointed
I
out
am
to you?
not. I am not going to that corner immediately.
Okay.
No.
As you walk towards this triangle barrier, you are rebuffed by some
Okay.
sort of, and Maeve is like, I was trying to tell you we have to break the barrier first, but if you don't want to listen to me, then that's fine. And she starts kind of like pacing around the edges of the triangle. And you see her like slashing completely ineffectually at because she is not corporeal at
Can I
Juasha to try and get the things.
can I ask Maeve what's what will happen to whomever does what you ask with the triangle?
It's nothing so special. It's just picking up a book in the center and dispelling this barrier.
I have my thing that that causes pain if they lie to me up.
Yes, you
I
do.
did it before we came here. So
Yeah.
does she have pain?
Will you read me the text of that again,
I
please?
will.
And
Also,
Um
I think she was definitely pulling out her demon crossbow.
it says
Edik. Oh, no, let's finish yours.
untruths in your presence burn like cinders. You can punish people for lying to you. If someone lies to you, not through omission, but actively presents a falsehood, they mark D3 stress as searing pain shoots through their body and stabs behind their eyes.
Okay. Yeah, let's roll D3. She's lying. Edik, that is Byron. On the other on the third corner.
Ooh.
How does? I mean, I'll let this roll happen. But then I have
3.
questions.
3.
Which
And
is
I'm going to
6 because Chu is here.
Oh shit.
Nice.
And I'm going to look Maeve very intensely. I'm going to say, "You should think again before you lie to me." And try to look really big, even though I'm absolutely like shaking in my fucking boots right now. So
Maeve, 6 stress is a lot of fucking
It's a lot of
stress.
stress.
Maeve loses control of the image of Juasha, and you see in its place, 6 stress. Like,
I'm so fucking glad that I put this up before we came in here.
are you? Maeve has no control
Yes.
in this moment over what she looks like or presents to you, which is actually not great for you because you may recall that true forms of demons are extremely dangerous to the
No, it's fine. Be
naked
quiet.
eye. Everybody in the room roll resist.
Ha! Not Anders.
I have mastery.
Unless he just got here. Then
Yeah, not Anders. Yeah, not Anders. Dracula.
I have mastery because it's demon shit.
I mean,
It is.
well, do you want me to roll anyway? Because he's going to be entering the room.
Let's resolve this for a second, and then.
Sure.
Question: Is this end quote occult magic dealing with demons?
There's no domain for resist, though.
There is no domain for resist, but it is. I think that you do get your mastery for demons here.
Okay.
This is Alvy's fucking moment,
Nice.
yo.
Yeah, that's
like
good.
Alvy is just like, you will not.
No.
All right.
Oh, sorry, Edik.
Chu rolled a 4. Dracul rolled an 8. Alvi rolled a 10. Eddic rolled a 5.
Alvi is in her like fucking like element
So
now. She
5
feels
is
like
success.
sure about all of these things and is
So
just
ready.
like
Okay.
she's just ready.
So, Alvi takes no stress. Ready as she is poised, she manages to look away and not perceive the horror of Maeve. Dracul takes
Damn
1
it.
stress
Okay.
plus 3.
plus 3, 4 stress.
Oh no.
Which puts
I'm
your
sorry.
stress on Dracul's bond to 7.
Wait, sorry. How much total? 4?
Took 4. I have you at 3 stress on that
6.
bond. Okay. So I must have miscounted that. Okay. And Chu and Eddic are okay. Eddic, I think, is very distracted by Byron being
Byron.
here and by Byron not
Mhm.
reacting to Maeve or to
Or to
Eddic
his
or Alvi, anybody coming into the room. I think that distraction is what kind of causes this lapse. And we'll take Eddic and Chu will both take.
What kind of stress? Is it mind stress, Elise? Is it slippery mind stress? Which
Just
would it
dump it all onto Juasha.
is it very slippery mind stress, which picks a random target in the room to then bomb with that much stress plus 3?
Like
Oh,
I'm
God.
fully prepared to like to use my reroll on this if like this stress is really
Okay.
high.
So you're going Attic will take 5 because you get the plus 3 from Chu, and Chu will take 2, and it is mind stress.
You know what? Chu has so much resistance. She'll take that to the face and look a little
How
extra.
merciful
Just to be like,
for
holy
you.
shit, you are gross.
Okay, I'll take the
No.
mind stress, so I have to. I get a total of 2 stress.
Okay.
So I'm rolling my fallout.
Yep. Roll fallout.
Uh,
If you roll a 1, fallout on this. 10,
No.
you're safe. Okay. And Chu, when you say you're taking it to the face, what do you mean?
I mean that Chu is not like looking away.
Oh, okay.
She is like pulling her crossbow out and just observing for a moment and being like, that is a face that only a mother could love. Like, holy Christ.
After this moment of jarring,
So Eddic is the mother.
No, not Byron. The true form of what is their name?
Maeve.
Yeah, I guess we don't know if true forms of demons all look the same or
This is true.
similar.
At least perceived as you can perceive them, it's impossible to say what they look like, period. So they all look different unto themselves. There is no unified anything for any of them. So yeah, at this point, we'll say Anders is coming down those stairs. The form
Scooting
of Maeve settles, and now it is Juasha's form again. Maeve has to pick something to appear like. But it
That
is
Juasha that's in the triangle thing is not actually Juasha then?
No,
no, it is. It is.
Maeve
Okay.
is
Maeve just
showing
is
up as
Maeve is
Juasha.
just
taking- yeah.
appearing
I
as
understand.
in
Sorry,
Juasha's
sorry,
form.
sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
And this time has added like spikes coming out, like bone spikes coming out of her shoulders and out of her head. In this very bizarre, no internal logic to how they're appearing on her body, that strikes you as like she has lost some control over the appearance of her image, but not entirely. It's like she's trying to like keep it together, but this is how it's coming out. It's just these weird bone spikes just coming out of random spots of her
So
body.
Alvy's gonna say, can you tell us the truth now about what you're actually trying to have us accomplish here?
If you would just do what I say, everybody gets what they want.
Question.
You don't know what I want.
I
Would
think
I
we
know-
should.
Oh, sorry.
I just wanted to know if I would know if demons are killable. Like,
yes.
is that a thing?
Like,
do I feel like I could kill her if I just did enough stress?
well, not exactly,
Um,
because they're not really here the way, like, their presence is dictated by Eidolons more than by, like, physical bodies, things like that. So,
Okay.
You can
okay.
do damage, or you can incapacitate even, depending on how the damage is dealt, but you can't like destroy them the way that you could like, annihilate a person. Yes,
Okay.
Tyler Anders.
Yeah, so Andrews is gonna, hobble in. And he's just gonna, look at new not Juasha. He would have heard everything that had kind of happened.
Yeah,
So,
I think Maeve is very adept at what she does and would have been intentionally trying to obscure or not let her voice carry. I think that you would have heard parts of what she was telling Chew, but maybe not all of it, especially over the noise of everybody clopping down the stairs together, and you at the top of the stairs, just to kind of paint the picture. But you have a sense of what's going on here.
Cool. So Andrews is gonna look at Alvi. I caught something about Lion. Is she giving
Yeah,
us
I asked
trouble?
her. She's not telling us exactly why she wants us to do what she wants us to do, and I just want to
All right,
know.
hold,
You
I just want to know
drow!
what's
You
going
always
to
want to
happen.
know
hold on.
everybody's
I have
deepest
mastery
motivations.
over
Just do the thing.
compel.
No, I don't
Maeve,
just do what I'm told.
Maeve,
I mean, I do, but
a question for you. I would like to make a deal. Actually,
That
you
next.
fuck off, and we'll handle this ourselves. And I'm going
Oh my
to. I'm going to attempt to stab her with my divine dagger. Let me pull it up. With it's here. I
She was
know it.
also getting her
Instrument
anti-demon
of the
crossbow
goddess.
out. If I see Anders going for that, can I join in and just fire off a shot
Yes,
simultaneously?
you can.
Okay.
Um,
Samesies.
as both of these things are happening, Edic, you have similar to what happened when both you and Juasha were wearing and controlling Maeve via your Eidolons, and time seemed to stop. A portal between you opened. Everything was in this weird limbo space of movement, but in stasis. The room goes like that again for you. Everyone around you, your friends, even Maeve's form, are temporarily moving so slow that they're almost not moving. Bullet speed, right? You feel the necklace that you have picked up, the beaten metal necklace, where perhaps Ashira is, kind of resonate again in your hand. And you see inside time, instead of in this weird time bubble that the others are in, the ground beneath you starts to shift and move. Your feet don't register anything under you changing, but your eyes are watching the ground shift and move as if it is made of sand. And you hear Ashira's voice say to you, if you want to save that demon's life, and you know she means Byron, don't let them kill Maeve. And time snaps back into.
Everybody, stop!
Is this mid stab?
If
I will
Edic
say-
needs to add in some occult magic to make this shit happen, he will.
I will say, Anders, you have a narrative benefit left here. If you'd like to, you could kind of use it up to say, like, Anders is going to, like, do something. You can pick whether or not Anders is going to listen or, fulfill, like, his intention. Is he stopping to listen? And we'll have that whatever narrative kind of effect you choose here carry over.
Let's go ahead and use it.
Okay.
Just trying to think if Anders would stop or not.
I will say this. it's a narrative benefit, so it behooves you to get something good from this. I don't want to just like throw it to you because
Okay,
like I
then-
as the GM should give you some clue, right? As to what will be narratively beneficial to you.
Sure.
You your hackles raise in such a way that you think Edic has information, and that as a military commander is something that you value more than acting fast, because acting wisely, you know, is what actually leads to success in these types of situations. And so I think that in this case, you think it would be the best course of action to pull short, not to land this blow.
Sure.
Meanwhile, Chu
Chu has her crossbow raised
uh-huh.
and is pointing at Maeve.
Uh-huh.
And at Sam or at Edic saying everybody stop, she's going to turn around and say, "Why should I? Give me one reason I shouldn't kill everyone in this room right now to stop everything from happening. I
I'm
could just
sorry.
blow it all up. I could end everything here and stop this
Chu,
all
I
from
will give you
happening."
3 good reasons, and then he like shows the fact that he has 3
Good, 'cause
eidolons,
you
and there's a
have
4th right over there. And if you blow
3
everything up,
seconds.
incursion.
I'm not blowing things up literally. I just kill everybody.
I'm sorry, you're going to kill us now.
Well, if it stops the incursion, that's the goal, right?
How would killing me stop an incursion?
I mean, I can't really keep it from killing you too. It's kind of, my thing. Did you think I was a good person?
I have
What
never
led
thought
you to
that.
believe? I just shot somebody dying in front of you like 2 minutes ago.
Quick question.
Mhm.
At the imminent threat of like dying to Chu, I feel like
Well,
okay,
she's
I
still
don't know
waiting
if
for
as
good
a party
reasons.
we've come to some agreement on whether or not we can cast spells on one another, but our entire party has been subject to choose stress
true.
plus
Mhm.
the entire time.
True,
I
true.
subscribe to Stress
Um,
Plus.
Chu
Ed-
is
Ed- Edic
asking for
wants to
reasons.
Edic wants to cast Unreadable. He doesn't have time for reason right now. He wants to cast Unreadable on Chu
Okay.
to make Chu not remember the fact that Chu has the ability to, just disseminate all of this stress upon everyone via whatever this ability is, to make them
It's
physically
like multiple
incapable
though.
of giving out stress like
Yes.
that.
I have a few abilities. I don't
So this
I don't
would
know.
essentially erase Chu's understanding of the ability to cause great harm to people, not necessarily the individual abilities that cause it. It is the whole concept of a thing that gets temporarily removed.
Yeah, it would be a temporary removal of the ability to interact with a concept of my choosing.
Right. How would I like
Let's
from a narrative standpoint,
How
how
do
would
I do
Chu
violence?
interact with the idea of
yes.
not being able to interact with the concept of doing violence
I'd like
or and of
to
inflicting harm on others?
say, let's take a break here. I want to have a second to check in with players about this.
That's so
Second,
great.
I want to say right before you go to break, I just want to hear Chu is talking to Edic. Edic is talking to Anders and Chu. Dracul and Alvi, where's your attention right now?
Alvi, where's your attention? Because Dracul's gonna read the room and make a decision.
Think that I want to be looking both at Maeve, but also at the what exactly is it that she wants us to do? She wants us to go up to a part of the triangle and do something.
There is a book in the center of the triangle. She wants you to stand on the corner of the triangle, pick up the book. So your attention is on Maeve.
Yes.
Okay, and Dracul?
Well, Dracul is going to be his attention's actually going to be on Chu, I think, because the self-preservation kicked in when Chu was like, "Yeah, I can just kill us
Okay.
all. Fuck it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Alvi, the last thing we'll say before we go to break. Alvi, as Chu makes this threat, as the group is this tense moment among the group where everyone stop, nobody do this, everyone, what, give me a reason, right? Your attention on Maeve, you see her roll her shoulders, and again, not a physical form, but she's doing this physical action. The bone spikes indicating her lack of control start to kind of contract back into her body. She stands up a little taller and she smiles as this happens. And that is where we are going to go to break. And I would like at least to have a chance to talk to Ava if others want to like head off. But everyone will be back in about 10 minutes. I know we're going to break a little late, which means we're going to have just a short period of time to finish up when we come back. So if we can be back 8:30, 10:30, as close to that as possible, players, if you can be on time to that, so that we have a chance to give a full half hour to this the rest of the session, I would love that. So everyone, we will see you in about 10 minutes. Hang tight, and we'll be right back. Bye. Hello, everyone. It's always that delay of like I click the cameras and then I've got to get my mic live. Well, we were gone. Sam made the case that he gets a refresh for uncovering hidden information, which I accepted. So that's what you missed. Oh,
I
and
also asked a question.
yes, and I did want Rachel to pose the question so everyone could hear. Would you please do so?
Yeah, so I wanted to know if the sorry, I realize I'm always off center. I wanted to know if my noticing of Maeve kind of regaining some of her strength and vitality was more of a feeding off of what Chu was or what was happening with Chu or what she was saying kind of right then, or if it was like in preparation for what Chu was saying about killing us all, if that was something that she was excited for and wanted and would benefit her.
Yes. And my response is that your read of what happened is that it is whatever effect is causing this or whatever thing is causing this, it is currently occurring, not in anticipation of something that will occur. So something happening right now in the room is causing the strengthening of Maeve before Alvy's eyes, was the answer. So now everyone, I believe, is caught up to where we were. Attic was about to cast a spell on Chu.
Yes, but I was hoping that before I cast it in that like frantic Chu is asking for a reason that I still might be able to,
Yes.
figure out this triangle spell on the ground. If I know anything about it, how to dispel it, that sort of thing.
I would say in this case, you're probably going to want to address Chu as saying, like, if you give me a second to figure that out, right? To keep her from shooting or doing something and then figure it out? Or are you trying to, like,
Yeah, do the spell on Chu and then try and figure out
You
the
could
other
always do the
things.
spell to get me to drop to forget crossbows.
That's not enough.
And
No.
then she would be like,
No.
well, fuck, what is
I
this?
think
And then you have plenty of time.
you need to
confusion?
take away Chu's crazy power.
All right, all right.
Otherwise,
be like
Hang
getting
on.
she's
marked.
gonna
Sorry.
use it.
Either works.
I'm going to, let me rephrase how I want to ask. Are you saying anything to Chu or are you going straight to an investigation? Because that may influence how Ava chooses to play what Chu's reaction.
I think Edic is going to. Yeah. Please just give me 15 seconds, please.
15 seconds to do what?
Are you protecting the demon, Attic?
You have a hat that says
I
demon.
point to that one.
I
Pointing
don't
to
know who
Byron.
that is.
Does Maeve look like she's growing stronger as they're arguing?
First, Sam, is Edic also investigating the triangle as he's trying to
Yes.
Okay, roll investigation, occult. I'm going to put it at difficulty 1 because you are actively handling a very tense situation and trying to convince everyone to not stab or shoot anybody. Alfie, you may roll investigate and occult to try to get more information about what is happening with Maeve.
Okay, I have both.
Okay, well that's a critical success.
Congratulations.
nice.
Yes,
Granted,
very
it's
good.
not.
Here's what you discern in the moment. Oh, well, it is -1 because it's at difficulty. Okay, so you determine that this spell is one that has multiple purposes. Maeve is not lying that putting a person on that barrier and picking up, or on that corner and picking up the book, will dispel the barrier, preventing her from getting. She is motivated by getting Juasha's Eidolon. She wants to fulfill the deal that she made with you. So you think that will happen, and it will give you access both to Byron and Juasha. You also believe that in doing so, you are going to be put into a similar state of stasis as you are visibly seeing Juasha and Byron in, and that is going to activate an occult occurrence on the ground that is kind of built into the spell. So if you wanted to deactivate it, you would have to find an alternative way through the barrier to deactivate the occult, whatever the triangle is going to trigger, whatever event the triangle is going to trigger. If you don't want to stand on the corner and pick it up, in order to do that. Does that make sense? All that follow?
Mostly, yeah. So right now the only way to this triangle is to that one specific spot where someone needs to step in.
Right.
Like
Everything
we
else,
don't
it
have
is
them.
exactly. If you want to get into the triangle in order to get to Byron or get to Juwasha or even get to the book, you have to go through that corner. Everywhere else is barriered off. And by doing so, you will bring that barrier down, but you will be essentially sacrificing yourself to a position of stasis, unable to act. Barring other actions occurring, right? Like it's not like everybody in the room is going to immediately become unable to act, but the person who stands on that corner is going into a trap. Alvi, this is what, success at a cost? 6?
Yeah.
Yes, success at a cost. You watch Maeve continue to kind of like shrug off the effects of earlier, this huge amount of stress that she took on, and kind of now like her form is even more perfect in a way than it was before. And you also, your investigation is specifically asking like what is making her stronger.
Yeah.
You will, for a moment, as you open yourself up to the occult in order to understand a demon, feel yourself lost temporarily in the occult resonance in the room, which is going to cause mind stress, which is the at a cost part of your success. But the insight you gain into Maeve is that when it comes to dealing things, abstractions like friendship, harmony, group dynamics counts for her, and that she's after a lot of different ways of stealing shit from people, and watching this group in front of her lose control is a form of stealing something. And that is the insight you gain, and also kind of speaking to her motivations, similar to Anders' moment of insight. She has more irons in the fire. You think that stealing is her game, period, and that you can interpret that how you will. Let's roll stress on this.
So just what kind of stress will it be?
It will be mind stress.
So I keep forgetting always, every time that I take it, that I have a special thing that you allowed me to have that's not part of it, that I resist anything that gives mind damage.
So
Or
you can
mind
roll
stress?
resist first, and then to decrease.
I don't know. This was a thing that you just told me to write. So I already had a full 5 in my mind thing, and then I took an ability that would have given me another one, and rather than make it useless, you said I could resist some mind stress, and we've never actually done it, so I don't actually know what it means.
Great. Well, let's play it out right now.
Yeah.
You go ahead and roll resist, and it will reduce the effect, right? Of this. So you still might take stress. If you roll a critical success on this, you might not take stress, right?
Yeah. My resist is 3 right now.
Critical success. We'll say you take no
Critical
stress.
success.
Shit. A very nice combo of things there. Okay. So Alfie gets
I'm
that
gonna
insight.
yell out when I get that. I'm going to yell out, all of your arguing is only making her stronger. She's just becoming more powerful because of what you were doing.
Talent checks.
Chu will lower her crossbow and say, okay, I don't even need this. And she tosses the crossbow down and she'll say, I mean, you still have a timer. Like, tell me what we do here. But if you can't figure it out, I mean, what other option do we have? I mean, y'all can leave. I'm
You
not going to
still
stop
haven't
you from
answered.
leaving, but I'll kill everyone in this
Answer.
room to stop this if I have to.
Why are you protecting the demon here, Maeve?
Who?
Eddic.
Why am yeah, Maeve was about to be like, me?
The question was, why is Edic trying
Protecting
to
Maeve.
protect
Maeve.
Maeve?
Yeah.
Because if Maeve dies, we all die.
How do you know that? How do you know that's not another lie?
Yeah.
Also,
Um,
Also
isn't that
glad
not
I
what
threw
we
the
found
that
out?
crossbow.
were you intentionally lying there, or was that like a misspeak?
Because it's if Maeve dies, Byron dies, not
Right.
all of us.
Please, Sam, was Edic lying intentionally there?
Does Edic know about Alvy's ability? Well, I'm not lying to Alvy. I'm lying.
I think it is
But I
lying in
think
her
it's
I think
lies
it's
in
presence.
in
her
my
presence.
presence.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh damn!
Um,
I didn't even catch that lie though. That was a good. That was a
I
good slip
mean,
right there.
if you think Edic would lie here, I think we play it as Edic lies
Okay,
here.
good.
But it's up. It's
yeah.
up.
I
Yeah.
guess I'm gonna take some mind stress.
The
But
question is, can Edic hide it?
yeah.
I think I would know, but I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't.
Yeah. So
Doesn't
So again, Rachel, it causes what? It says
1d3.
D3.
stress.
Oh shit! Oh, I'm
D3
so sorry, Edic.
/R space D3.
Alvy's not fucking
Yeah.
around.
I think I have done the most damage to the party, like stress-wise, than anything in the
Oh,
Fuck me.
entire
Jesus.
All right.
Oof.
So
campaign.
then I just take
6.
3 stress
You
because
take
it's
6
factor
stress.
Right, but 3 because
Yeah.
your resistances are in place.
Yeah.
So roll a d10 for fallout. And a 2 or lower. Okay, it's a 4,
Okay.
you're fine. Alvi, yeah, you all see Edic. I mean, there's 6 stress is a substantial amount of stress. You see Edic say this and then immediately recoil a bit, as if he has suffered pain. And Alvi, you sense perhaps Edic is
This situation would be so much simpler if everybody stopped lying to everybody.
I'm the only one not lying. I'm a
Edic.
bomb.
Edic, that's not the right move you want to make with me.
Just tell us what's in your head.
Why?
Do you not see Byron right there?
I didn't know that was Byron. That's different. Everybody has someone they love. But is it worth, the whole Spire explodifying?
We don't know if Maeve can hurt Byron.
That's a good point.
Edic, roll resist for me. And thank you.
Where is this? Is this resist coming from occult magics with demons?
That is a complicated question. I'm going to say no for a very specific reason, and I will
We
justify
don't know
myself.
what you're resisting.
Fuck.
5 is a failure. Maeve.
I'm re-rolling it.
Okay.
I'm using my that didn't happen.
I was gonna say you can do that, right?
Yeah.
All right, reroll.
9.
There we go. That's
Okay.
better.
Ooh,
You
okay.
feel physically Maeve attempt to shove you into the triangle, into the corner of the triangle. She is not using any occult magic to do this. And this strikes you as particularly odd because she was illusory for a long time up until this point, and you watched her demonstrate to Chu waving her hand through physical objects. She was not corporeal. So the fact that she is using non-magical means to attempt to shove you somewhere is troubling. Din, you are huddled in your stress blanket. A group of Solar Guard arrive. This is a heavily armed group. And as they arrive, there is a Alfir commander at the head of this group. It is the same one that you saw Anders talking to before, right? Because you all split ways, or pretty sure. Yeah. He didn't come here himself before. And he immediately starts to take charge of the situation, does not deign to glance your way. And there are now a group of 10 Solar Guard, heavily armed, approaching the house, clearing people out of the way, in the way that soldiers do when they are about to fuck shit up. Like not in a like, is everyone fine here way, but in a like, get to cover, you're gonna lose life and limb kind of way. These guards mean business, and they are now about to storm into the building.
Okay. So I think that where Din is here mentally is she wants nothing to do with that house because demons. And also she double agent for the Solar Guard against the Ministry, and also she doesn't trust in the Ministry anymore. She wants. Is there like a what is the like relationship between the Solar Guard and demons? Like, do they have like vast knowledge of
Oh,
it,
it
or is it
is.
like
Demons are the most forbidden thing that you can do in Spire from a religious and governmental perspective. So bad.
so like would they have training or knowledge, basically like anti-demon
You
anything?
don't think so. You think that it is more likely that they operate on an annihilation level of if you see that there is demonic activity occurring, you shoot first, ask questions later.
Okay. Well, that's what Din wants.
Well, let me say this. With that insight and that line of thinking, you do also remember that shoot first, ask questions later was the fast track to demonic incursion on a grand scale in this situation, because the
Right,
Eidolon
right,
itself is unstable, is the bomb that we are trying the group is trying to defuse
right,
here. And that if they go in just sword swinging, they could end up triggering the demonic incursion that you are scared of.
right. Okay, so where is the Elfir? Where is everyone, right? So like we have the
Yes. Paint the
camp.
picture. Okay. We've got the house with the door blown out, and kind of maybe, let's say, 10 feet across the street in the shadow of another home, kind of, or on the lawn, the triage station, which is where you and the other, sweet rookie, are wrapped up, as well as Bertold tending to the dead, kind of in that same area, but a little bit of away, so that it's not quite so obvious to the living. And the medics and the kind of triage crew there, and the Solar Guard who have just arrived on the scene. They are out front now organizing, and the Elfir commander with these kind of this pantheon, or this sunburst, golden sunburst kind of metallic like thing, is at the fore of the group, and he's just kind of barking commands, and his squad is kind of falling into place, getting shields and weapons at the ready in case there is an ambush waiting for them inside. And you see also that there seems to be someone with some who is adept at holy magic. What's it called?
Divine magic.
Divine magic, who is being utilized first to try to divine traps and other things like that may be invisible to the eye. So they are not yet bursting through the door, because there is this initial phase of make sure that they're not about to walk into a trap.
Okay, so when Edic did the tea ceremony, is that still in play, or is that like?
Yeah. What the hell? I think
'Cause I know
so.
it's like
It's a situation.
This is all
situation.
one long
Right.
situation.
We're
Yeah,
just kind of
that hasn't
taking
really
it as.
changed.
I say yes
Man.
because I'm compelled by the question. So as GM, I say yes. You may
This
do
is
as
me
you.
being blessed.
Yes, you're being blessed by the sign of the cross, which means as a GM,
Yeah, for
I'm
the
telling
remaining
you.
situation.
Yeah, sure.
And since I saw Dracul interact with this elf here before, do I know their name?
Dracul famously does not ask names.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Fuck
Does
names.
not. I'm gonna ask
Let's make a guess.
Sweet Rookie. I'm gonna say that.
Oh, making me name people.
No, I'm sorry.
You'd think I'd have by this point, but we'll just accept the fact that I'm not ever
Orin
going.
Like sunk
Wades
cost.
in
It's like
Moonlight.
I'm not gonna come up with names. This is gonna end any day now.
Let's see here. We're gonna take the name. Why is this hard? I wish there was like a set of names of
Name
elf here
generator.
that you can just like take. Yeah.
Jason rides his bicycle.
I'm sorry.
Jason or
That is
Jason?
so
Jason
funny.
rides his bicycle.
Jason rides his. Today we're accepting your ridiculous offer. This is Lord
I'm gonna write
Jason
this
rides
down.
his bicycle.
Lord Jason rides
Word.
his bicycle.
Today it's canon.
I'm writing this down. This is important. And I put it was the year 2002.
Yeah, the rookie, sweet rookie, looks at you and is like, "Oh, you don't know Lord Jason rides his bicycle? Let me tell you, the story of how he got his name is wild.
Don't ask about it.
Don't ask him to his face."
For some reason, because this is like an elf year and they always do terrible things, I'm imagining like he has made like a human bones and flesh bicycle, and that's like, that's like where it comes from.
You glance to your right and see parked a little ways down a bicycle leaning against another house. You think perhaps
Nice.
Lord Jason did ride his bicycle to this to this.
Bicycles are like extremely high technology. Like they are like extremely valuable. We're getting this information right at the end. We could have used this. Okay. I'm going to do then. How far in feet am I away from Jason?
Lord rides his bicycle is that's too funny. Is about 7 feet away from you. Yeah, about that. You're pretty close.
I'm going to very quickly. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to shed my stress blanket.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to pull out my anti-demon gun.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to scream at the top of my lungs. Or Jason rides his bicycle! Then I am going to shoot at Lord Jason.
Holy shit!
In the face, in the head.
Oh my god.
I am wearing the Masterless mask, and I did say his name, so I have mastery.
All right, roll.
We could leave it a cliffhanger, but it's up to you.
I would like you to roll because otherwise I will. Yeah, let's roll it and then we'll look at what happens. This is fight, high society, with mastery, and your base D10.
Okay, so that's 4. I can add. Please be good.
Oh no,
Sarah.
Listen, it's fine either way in terms of what I want to happen.
Okay.
Which is like prevent them from going in.
Yeah. The highest you rolled was a 4,
bad.
which is failure takes stress.
Oh, Jesus Christmas.
Bad, this was a
You-
difficulty 3.
You do that. The gun goes off. The bullet goes wide. You are shaking still from your experience. The bullet goes wide, pings into the edifice of the house,
His
and
bicycle.
a
Jeez,
a
like, oh, no.
battalion, a squad of both triage and special ops solar guard descend upon you.
Oh,
And we are
no.
going to roll a d8 because yeah. Oh my god, luckiest rolls. It's so frustrating sometimes to be like rolling a d8, roll a 2. Like, okay, that's less damage than people have been taking on d3s all night. You take 2 stress to blood as the first guard tackles you to the ground in response to this. And you have successfully diverted their attention from the going in the house, and I think we'll have to pick up there next time. See what
No.
happens out front with Din taking shots at Elfir on the streets of Amaranth, and the crew downstairs with this newly corporeal form of Maeve trying to shove people now, since persuasion and trickery has not worked, into her trap. And we will see how this all resolves next week, most likely. Whew, it's been a ride tonight. Thank you, players and folks listening and watching from home. We appreciate you. And if you're not at home, I guess we don't. No, I'm just kidding. You can hang out with us in the Discord. Now that I've told you I don't appreciate you, using !Discord. You can check out ways that you can support people in Ukraine with !Donate. And you can catch us live on Twitch sometime next week, maybe Thursday, at least for this crew. Possibly something before then, I'm not sure, but I don't think so. Thursday, this crew, most likely 6:30 Mountain Time. See you then. Say bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.